Would that not have been a great sequel? The Gilligan's Island crew shows up at 1313 Mockingbird Lane in an effort to try to find their way back home?
I would love
Great
that.
idea. It's not too late. It's not too late.
They get back to civilization only to be dropped off there.
I think they're all Sherwood Schwartz efforts.
Sure.
You know, I have to admit, Ron, and I think you'll be on board with me because we're the oldest people here.
Yeah.
I always love the crossover between Green Acres and Petticoat Junction.
Sure.
Like sometimes, like, Kate would show up down at Sam Drucker's store and you'd blow your mind when you're about 9 years old.
Green Acres is...
Oh, don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
To be.
Wrong show. Wrong theme song.
Can't get this.
But you have to talk to Dawn Wells.
Right, and she is an amazing woman. She's been here in studio before, and she's always really sweet. She's very, very busy still today, and of course I chatted with her. Take a look at this.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip.
She's the girl next door. Actress Dawn Wells dishes on what it was like to play Marianne on Gilligan's Island.
Marianne would have been your best friend as a young girl. She would have been your first date. You'd have taken her to the prom.
Now Wells is channeling her inner Marianne in a new way in a YouTube video called She's Still on That Freakin' Island.
What would I be doing? It's 50 years, you know, and I'm still stranded. It's cute. It's very cute. And it's so nice to be able to do things where people see it right away. You know, that's not my generation, and I'm learning it all, but it's really great.
YouTube, social media, and all things parenting. Wells dishes on how parenting has changed and how hard it is today in her new book called What Would Marianne Do?
What would Marianne do today? She would say thank you. She'd open the door for an older lady. She'd finish her homework. We're all into the Kardashians and the $500 purses, and I think it's kind of a nice guide for grandparents and parents to read with their teenage kids.
Her wisdom in the book coming from the show's success and how they all work together so well.
We're kind of going through some troubled times. The seven of us, I'm kind of jumping a little bit, but the seven of us got along from all walks of life. There was no riffing. There was no ego. There was none of that amongst the island, and that's sort of what the world is going through right now, all these continents trying to get along.
She's getting along just fine with the new cookbook out soon. Oh, and by the way, she still has her Marianne costume, too.
I wish I could get into mine. I have them in a drawer. I can't figure out who wore them. They're so tiny.
She seems very nice.
Yeah,
she does.
Sweet. So nice. So she took care of her mom and her husband until they passed.
Oh.
And then, of course, she's a big ambassador for MeTV. That's the channel, the cable channel where Gilligan's Island still runs today, reruns.
Well, we were talking about it here, and both of you said you would come home from school and watch Gilligan's Island, and I'm significantly older than both of you. It's the same thing with me. Think of the legs this show's had.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a good point.
What if there's any syndication dough for the castaways?
Oh, there's got to be,
I don't know.
right?
I
You would hope
so.
Hopefully it wasn't that time before, you know, because a lot of them didn't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's the cutoff where they all got it.
You guys will get a kick out of this. So then I said, you know, what are your thoughts on kind of growing up, and what did you want to do? Have you always wanted to be an actress? She said, if I could do it over again, I'd do what you do. And I'd want to be an overseas correspondent. Really? She'd want to be in broadcast news.
How about that,
Yeah,
huh?
really sweet.
Dawn Wells, reporting from the hot spots of the world.
Yeah, Iraq.
Well, the risk we took is that the ratings are going to go sky high for Gilligan's Island on another channel.
Have a happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Come on, Lovey.
Tonight.